Well, at this point, you've all seen successful Tesla launches of their rocket, of the Falcon 9, the one that comes back to Earth, the booster specifically that we can reuse over and over. So instead of costing tens of millions of dollars in a pop, it can cost a few $100,000 to launch a shuttle, a rocket, into space. Right? This is the 6th flight 2 days ago for the Falcon 9 rocket. And you can read this. It says SpaceX launches 58 Starlink satellites and 3 SkySats. And the rocket sticks its landing, by the way. Well, good to know that the rocket was successful in coming home. But weird to know that, okay, well, the Starlink program, if you're familiar, if you didn't know what Starlink was, you can take a look. SpaceX is developing a low-latency broadband internet system. Remember, we've been talking about a global internet that will at some point be flipped the switch and made free, consumable to all humanity to access the global worldwide network of knowledge for free. And the powers that be are afraid of that, of course. So SpaceX is starting it by having it be a consumer product. It says Starlink is a satellite constellation. Well, that just means any satellites in an array, right? The stars that are in an array are called a constellation. Anything in space in an array is called a constellation, so they're just saying a satellite array. Being constructed by SpaceX, provided a satellite internet access. The constellation, will consist of thousands of mass-produced small satellites in low Earth orbit working in combination with ground receivers. And so you can see that they're enabled by solar power. You can see that they've been worked on for a long, long time. Interesting that they are... well, anyways, you can dig into what Starlink is and what it isn't and what they're claiming it to be. But you can see as of a couple days ago, 58 of those 1,000 mass-produced satellites were launched, along with 3 of their, beacons, so to speak, their mother ships, their regional managers, the SkySats. Here's one from a couple weeks ago. 57 went up. So it seems like every time the Falcon 9 goes up, it's launching a 50 or so, 50 to 60 of these satellites. So I looked at kind of how this works, because I'm interested to know how exactly does the Starlink system work. And you can see from these pops here, these little pop-up images, I'll drop this one. You can see here on the side, okay, so the phase 1, you shove a ton of satellites into orbit and they create another kind of array. Phase 2, you shove a whole bunch more. That's pretty simple. Until it looks like this. Until you have so many different connected satellites, these vectors is what the word I was looking for. You have so many different vectors of information spreading, and the packages of information moving from here to there. You know how information moves digitally. That is what it looks like overall, right? This is the big piece of it. And so I'll show you what this looks like as it detaches. This is what it looks like after it's detached. Let me say that again. This is what it looks like after it's detached. This piece at the bottom, you'll see, is this. And then all of these come unfolded that you see kind of compacted here. This little blob. So I can skim through this and you can kind of see how this is expected to work, but it's probably not shown up very well. So I'll show you this. This is the expectation of how this works. And then if we just simply look at the actual mission itself, and we get to a point where they're going to launch the actual Starlink satellites, here you can see what it looks like. This is what I was watching and I was like, this is unbelievable. They're going to launch from the side of this thing. The whole point, the whole time I was thinking this thing was the side of this shuttle. It's a piece of the satellite. It's not even NASA, it's SpaceX. Using every piece of the ship, like an Eskimo and a whale. Using every piece. So here I was thinking that sheer side that had the little ridges, I guess it's not very sheer if it's ridged. I thought that was just a side of the shuttle. No, that is itself the thing that, the accordion piece that becomes unfolded. You can see they're flying over North Africa. They're flying over Europe. They're putting these satellites in low Earth orbit, like right over enemy territory.
Welcome back to the webcast for our 11th Starlink mission. We had an on-time liftoff at 10:31 a.m. Eastern Time from Cape Canaveral, Florida, of the 3 SkySat satellites for our customer Planet, which were ride-sharing.
I don't want to, yeah, lock that down. If she's talking and this video gets yanked because I'm showing the thing, and you know what I'm saying. Anyways, let me see if I can't skip forward a few seconds here to show. Okay, well, that was odd. Oh, those are just stars moving by, it looks like. Oh, downlink. We don't have video feed. Let me get some video. Oh, there it goes. Now you can see. Here's what I was saying. Here, I thought this was part of the shuttle. Nope. Nope. SpaceX, you're using the whole part of the whale. They are sending, this is the actual satellite bundle. And you can see all those little vectors, if you will. Those are individual satellites. They'll break apart and they'll space out, and they will use the spin that they put on this thing in the first place. They were spinning it, as you can kind of see those stars going by. They were spinning this centrally to give them each enough force to spread out as they were grouped and let go. And each of them will use little mini ion thrusters, is what they were calling them, I remember, to put them right into place, and then they will accordion. They will unfurl their satellite film, their little, receptive films, and they'll sit in place. And there'll be 100 or so of those in these launches, of the 1,000 that will be put up into space. And again, they're saying that's just low latency. It's low frequency, low Earth orbit, low. But it'll be super high speed internet access, so we'll be happy about that. Interesting enough, right? So, who asked us if we wanted this? I'm fine with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm totally cool with this. This looks awesome. I'm not mad at Elon Musk for anything he does ever. But I am curious to know who asked you, the consumer, if we wanted this, or if it was okay for you to go and put a bunch of garbage in space that could someday just fall out of the sky, right? And that whole anti-science, oh, don't do that. I'm fine with this. But don't you think that should have been up to like a tweet poll or a vote or something? Would you let me know in the comments? Also, would you like this video? And then would you make sure that you're subscribed to this channel? Because I need you to help me keep America afloat.